He's so loud.
Twitch failed. Not live on Twitch right now.
Oh. Alright, well, he's not talking at the moment. When he talks again, just let me know if it's too loud and I'll just mute when I'm not talking, but I have my outside sound reduction turned on,
We're
so we'll see.
unable to go live on Twitch for some.
That's weird. He's picking up, isn't he?
Yes.
Damn it. He should be fucking loud. I can hear him really well through my noise canceling.
I don't understand why we're... I don't know why we're offline.
Did we secretly get banned?
Went and checked. It off and turned it back on. We'll see if it... Oh, it connected. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it happens.
Waits for some people to get in here.
Sorry guys, I have to keep myself muted because my wonderful husband is in a meeting and he's really fucking loud.
Talkers. Speakers. Basically, the whole idea of this one is just kind of people that don't really know how to prepare for this crap. A lot of stuff, I mean, if you don't know about it, you'll be wanting it when it happens, right? Don't know.
Drip faucets is the first one.
Yes, big time. Yep, drip faucets. I mean, that's all the general stuff that most people say, right? There's other stuff that people really don't think about, and I got to see it, and nobody even talks about, and it's a pretty big deal. Like, I mean, some of these things are pretty big deal. Like, and hey, look, I got a chance of rain on Friday. Imagine that, freezing rain, actually. To be very specific.
So one of the things I forgot about between Winter Apocalypse and today is that whenever this stuff comes up, you run out of dairy. Basically, the supply chain anticipates the cut, and so that stuff goes first out of the grocery stores. So you got to stock up on things like milk, eggs, and then it does not get restarted. And it doesn't get restarted for about a week.
Yep, that is a definite thing. Questions? What? I don't know who said that. Very mumbled.
I don't hear anybody saying anything.
No, Wild Dog was talking. Somebody in Dog's background.
I said everybody is making French toast.
Oh. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. I mean, what Bob and I don't know, dogs, you're getting hit by it, right?
Yeah, I'm hunkered down. I'm not going anywhere, and I don't plan to go anywhere until probably about Tuesday or Wednesday. My car is a sports car, and while it has all-wheel drive, it's got summer tires, and the suspension will not grab onto snow, ice, and it really kind of sucks in the rain too. So I'm hunkered down. I've got supplies. Me and the dog are going to have fun. We're going to have a snow day.
Yeah. Probably going to be more than a day. What you got to prep for, because I mean, it's, yes, the snow and ice is going to be coming for a day, but the temperatures are going to stay low enough that it's not going to melt for a couple.
Well, I was looking at it, and Monday, I believe we do pop up enough that the main roads will probably be travelable. Anything that they sanded, salted, will all be clear. So I think we'll be business as usual for the most part on Monday, other than people saying, "Oh my God, I've been in my house for 2 days. I can't go anywhere." And then you end up with a bunch of people on the road.
That does sound actually pretty accurate. And if you haven't already, please repost the space.
How bad is this storm looking? By the way, good evening, guys.
Howdy. So what I'm seeing, I don't think that this is going to be like the winter apocalypse, because the winter apocalypse that we had covered the entire state of Texas, and that contributed to the grid going down. And a lot of that, the southern part of the state has very crappy infrastructure. And so then they went and pulled all our power because it was going to crash the entire grid. This one looks like it's going to cut across, and it might not get the whole state.
You mean Biden's infrastructure bill didn't fix everything?
No, the cheap ass Democrats in Houston that don't want to pay for anything, like power plants, providing electricity to their citizens, things of that nature. But I don't think Houston's getting it. So that means the grid probably is going to be fine.
Hopefully. The grid's not all you have to worry about, though, right? I mean, accumulation on power lines is something you got to worry about. The last time this shit happened, because I got a power line that comes in, then I got a pole, and then the pole's like right next to my driveway, and then from the pole it goes to my service entrance, right? That whole pole fell because of the weight. It went across, and I couldn't even get my vehicles out. Luckily, I had moved my wife's vehicle out into the middle of the yard where there were no trees, because pine trees get very, very brittle. Ice. Very brittle.
Yeah, my magnolia trees will bend nearly sideways. I'm hoping I can get a good picture of it. But once it all thaws, they pop back and they're fine. As far as infrastructure goes, I'm in a really well-developed area with a lot of high-dollar voters. I'm not. I'm in a low-rent district, but I get the benefit of anything that goes on over here, they're going to get it fixed as quick as humanly possible. We have the resources. If we have a down power line, I mean, I've got a hospital in my neighborhood. It's not a critical one. It doesn't have it's not on grid like a major hospital. And then I've also got a school, and the school will keep my internet up. There's something about cable internet service has to be provided to schools. And so they've got the infrastructure in place that no matter what happens, all have Spectrum cable.
Schools are a priority location, schools and hospitals.
Yeah, because schools are used as shelters, right?
I never thought about it that way, but you're exactly correct.
Yeah, they are. Sorry, I was away.
I was like, what the hell, Jinx? You were just talking.
I'm trying to make dinner, man.
All right, so one thing nobody even thinks to check on. Go get one of those little test kits from AutoZone or wherever, auto parts store, and check your car. check it. Make sure it can handle the temperatures you're about to get to. The reason for that is you don't want your, let's say, water pump frozen. Yeah. That's one thing people don't even realize. They're like, oh, my car will be fine. Then they crank it up and they just hear crunching because it's crunching up ice because they had lost some coolant and they had added water to it. And well, now it can't handle those temperatures.
Well, and the other misconception around here is I've got this sport utility vehicle. It should be able to handle this.
Oh, no.
And
Yeah.
they go out and they think they've got four-wheel drive, and maybe they do, maybe they don't. But you can't stop and you can't account for the other idiots. And the thing I've run into here is whatever those little white vans are that do all the construction, electrical work, just a plain white van. Those guys will get out in it, and they're the worst things in the world. I see them spin out, and I'm sitting there going, I'm in a crappy sports car. This stuff just rolled in, and this thing can't even handle it, but they're trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah. Well, so you got the big misconception I see around here, and I saw a bunch of these trucks on the side of the fucking road, is, oh, I got mud tires. I'll be fine. Yeah, mud tires don't work on ice. They just don't. They don't. They're no better. They're actually, I think, probably worse than street tires when it comes to ice.
Well, the problem here in the Metroplex, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, is if you're trying to do anything here, you're going to get onto raised streets. And yeah, they freeze first, and that causes a bunch of accidents, but they also melt first.
Yeah.
And that makes it even more slick. And so you'll always hear the local news station saying, beware of black ice. And I'm like, beware of it. It's every freaking street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, black ice, it's best if you can help it. Don't go anywhere. Literally don't go anywhere. Just stay at your house if you can help it. If you can't help it, and you do have a four-wheel drive vehicle, and the roads are frozen, you have a somewhat of a shoulder that's kind of like dirt or something, put half your car on that and drive down that, because the dirt or / mud, whatever it may be, will give you better traction than the road. That is
absolutely, and that also stands for going out into your front yard. So my biggest mishap when one of these things blew in, it was one of my more party days, and a woman comes over and she's in a four-wheel drive vehicle, and she's like, let's go. And I go butt over teacups and slam my head on concrete just trying to walk out my front door. And didn't hurt, but I had to go back inside, grab a bunch of salt, and quickly salt where I wanted to walk just to get to her vehicle so that we could go screw off.
Yep, that's another thing people don't realize. All your walkways are going to be jacked up. Every one of them. You can just go ahead and guarantee they're going to be frozen. And salt works. Salt works wonders. So.
Well, that was a learning experience for me. I now go buy a sealed plastic tub of it's not Blue Heat, but it's something else. Blue Heat seems to gum up things, but then off of Amazon you can get a little hand spreader for it that won't gum up. And so I have that on hand. It's not been opened. I've had it for 2 years. It should be good. So I won't even need to scrape my driveway. Just pour that crap down and wait it out.
Yeah. By the way, they have actual road salt. I'm not talking about like actual table salt. They have road salt. If you can't find road salt, which you probably can't in the South because they probably don't have very much of it, if any. Sand also works. It's kind of, nasty afterwards, and you have to clean all your stuff off. And
cat
also,
litter will work at a pinch, but it's not preferable.
Yeah. Cat litter will work. You've also got ice cream salt. Surprisingly enough, it's basically the same thing as road salt. So,
Well, I
yeah.
cook a lot, so I had like bunches of cans of Morton salt,
There you go.
and that's what I used.
Yep. Yep. But definitely have that. Um, drip your damn faucets. Drip your faucets. That's literally what got most people in Texas last time. Nobody was dripping their faucets. Drip them.
Well, and I know better, and I think I got so caught up in the moment that I forgot to go do it.
Yep.
And in my house, all my water runs in the attic. It's PEX pipe, and it's designed to freeze and unfreeze, so it's not like a burst pipe thing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take a shower for like 5 days.
I say, yeah, you can't actually use it. It's kind of worthless at that point. But yeah, I don't know if I'd want my pipes running through the attic though. But
yeah. Oh, it's fun. So I went and found where the copper meets the PEX, and I put a king size cotton blanket on top of it. Don't tell fire. But yeah, I did that, and ever since then, it's really hard to ice me up. But I haven't gone through this. I haven't seen 6 or 7 degree temps.
Yeah. I mean, we got down to right at that, and I was out of power like a week and a half. That last time it came through.
Oh, we were throttling on 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off. And basically, I sat in my living room, not this dog, but a different dog, with my fireplace on because we had natural gas, and my fireplace does not need electricity to be turned on. It's got some sort of passive thermal switch, and you flick the light switch on, and magically it turns on without grid power. And so we basically camped out in my living room until they stopped throttling the power on and off. I have a plan for that now. I've got 2 Tesla batteries that pretty much by law pull from the grid whenever they throttle. So whenever they turn me off, okay, I'm on my battery. Whenever they turn me on, you're going to power my house and you're going to power that battery. So you've got a little pulse wave frequency there, and I'm just going to normalize that with my batteries. But I don't think we're going to go out. I really don't.
So that's another thing to be worried about, especially for the electric vehicles. Electric vehicles do absolute garbage in cold. The batteries will completely just be dead. Like your range on those things would be nothing, right? Because the cold kills batteries. It just does.
I wasn't aware of that. I was thinking about an EV purchase at some point, and there's, on the technical side with my big solar array that I have and my Tesla batteries, there's a couple of technological achievements that they could achieve, and I would get an EV, but if it's going to freeze up when I don't want it to, I mean, I could be at work over an hour away, something blows in, and I'm not allowed to drop what I'm doing. I got to deal with it, and I can't even get home in my EV.
Well, depending on how far away home is, yeah.
60 be an hour drive.
Might make it. I don't know. Might. But that's why they don't actually sell very many of those up in like Alaska and shit, because it gets too cold. And the batteries, I mean, they have to put heaters on their batteries up there just for their regular car batteries to even work.
Yeah, I do remember that. I owned a Volkswagen at one point that came in from a Northeast dealership, and it had a heater battery attachment. And I asked, what the heck is this? And they're like, oh, well, if it gets too cold, you can heat your car up. And I was like,
well, it's to heat
I'm in
your battery
Texas.
up. Yeah. Just to heat your battery up, because your battery won't actually operate when it's too cold. Yeah.
Did not know that.
See, that's why we're doing this space. But let's go over the basics, right? So if you got a generator, crank it, make sure it runs. Leave it running for a little bit. Having problems. if you've got a generator, fill up your gas jugs. It is what it is. Fill up your gas jugs. If you've got, you need to have like call it a secondary heat source. Because I mean, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I gotta basically fend for myself when that shit happens. So you need to at least have a secondary heat source, right? Because even if you have a generator that can power an electric, unless you've got like, I don't know what, 5 gallons on my generator, it's not like a standby generator. It's just a portable one. But on my generator, I can get about 8 hours out of a tank. About 5 gallons. I think it is 5 gallons, but so you got to think 8 hours per 5 gallons. Well, multiply that out a couple of days. Yeah, I ran out last time. And it forced me to go out and try to find a gas station that even had power, because most of them didn't. Then when I found it, I had to wait in line for 2 hours.
Yeah, that was what we found out in Winter Apocalypse is the gas stations go down largely because the credit card machines go down and they can't authorize the payments, and so let alone getting staff in there.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I did not see a gas run yet here. So far people aren't worried enough to go start stockpiling gas, but I'm in a very well developed area, so we're all stupid.
Yeah. So let's see what's another one. We've got fill up your gas cans if you got them. If you don't have them and you have a generator, what is wrong with you? How do you fill up your generator? Like literally, I don't know how you do it if you don't have gas jugs or diesel. I don't know what, they got propane generators too, or natural gas generators.
Well, so I did look at that at one point, just because I really did not want Winter Apocalypse to ever happen again in this house. And I have natural gas plumbed in, and you can get a natural gas generator. So if my plan using Tesla batteries does not work this time around, although I do not think we're going to have a grid failure, that's the next step, is install a natural gas generator on my house.
Yeah. Well, so just because you don't think it's going to happen doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Always prepare for the worst. Because I made that mistake last time and I was hurting. Because I
think a lot of it's like, how much do I really want to spend for something that might happen?
Yeah.
Once and whenever. So the Winter Apocalypse was considered to be like a once in 1,000-year storm or something like that.
And now we're having,
and yet here we are again talking about it,
right?
Less than 5 years later. So, if it happens and Tesla can't get me through, or something, just really bad happens, that's probably the next step for me, is install a natural gas generator. And there's people in hurricane regions that do it anyway, because they know that they're not going to get help for some period of time. And so they have their houses hooked up to natural gas generators. And it's really not that expensive, certainly compared to the cost of a house.
Yeah.
The thing is, they do cycle on and they do cycle off. And as an electrical engineer, I can tell when they do it. I mean, there's definitely a change in the power in the house. It'll not like the generator sucks. It's the changeover. You can definitely tell that it's probably stressing electronics and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, it's definitely browning out for a little bit, because what they use is capacitors to kind of mitigate that, but it still doesn't really work that good, right? I don't know if you're the one you're talking about this, but yeah, you got propane generators, you got diesel generators. I mean, those are generally your standby generators. I mean, you can get a diesel portable, but most of those are gas. Anyways, check your generators if you got them. Fill your gas cans if you got them. I mean, even if just fill your gas cans. Fill your gas tanks in your cars. all of them, all the way to full, right? Because if you run out of power and you don't have a choice, do not sit in the fucking carport or the garage with your car cranked. First of all, let me get that out there. Let's not kill ourselves, right? Go to Home Depot. They got a little $20 carbon monoxide alarm or whatever. If you have to get in your car to warm up, pull out into a well-ventilated area, put that carbon monoxide sensor right there on the damn dash, crank your car, warm up. Do not do that without the carbon monoxide sensor because you can't smell that stuff and it just basically kills you. Silent killer. So don't do that. But yeah, like I said, it's like $20 at Home Depot to get a carbon monoxide alarm. I went out and got one after the crazy ice storm last time. I didn't have one before. I was ill prepared. We're going to say that. Yeah, very ill prepared. But these are lessons learned. Like I said, have secondary heating sources if you can, like a kerosene heater, something, anything to heat. But if you do any of those like kerosene heater or anything indoors, I know it tells you not to, and you probably shouldn't. But if you do, it's going to sound counterintuitive as shit. Crack the windows, have your carbon monoxide sensor. You just need a little bit of oxygen flow in there to not die from carbon monoxide.
Well, anytime you're running heat, the simple fact of the matter is it's fuel, fire, and air. And so if you're running inside of a living space, you have to supplement air.
Yep. The storm keeps moving north, according to like the EU model. Like the EU model has it like stupid north, but then other models have it like south. So I don't think anybody actually knows. How about that? Anyways, back to it. All the gas. Make sure you got all your gas. If you got a fireplace, make sure you got wood. Even if you don't have a fireplace, it's not a bad idea to have some firewood, because maybe you need to warm up. Maybe you can go out in the yard and start a freaking fire. Because the rain and snow and freezing rain and all that, it's not going to last forever, right? But the cold is not going to let it melt. So you're still going to be cold. It's still going to be accumulated on everything. You're still going to have power lines going down. And a lot of the ice is going to be stopping the damn trucks from being able to go out and repair those immediately. Most people in the South do not have snow chains. And most stores in the South do not have snow chains. And it's too late to order snow chains. Right?
And too hard to put them on, truth be told. So
really
for the 2 days or 3 days that something might happen like this, you can't use snow chains unless it's snow. If you start using snow chains when it's not really, truly snow chain weather, you start tearing up roads, your car, everything else.
Yep, but you got this one looks like it's gonna be straight up ice right on top of me. I ain't gonna get no snow. I'm just getting fucking ice. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get sleet, and so the forecast for my area is it's gonna be all watery crap, and then we're gonna get the snow. So we're gonna get all of the black ice, all of the snow, and it'll probably all be gone by Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Crazy as shit. What else? All right. Multiple heat sources. Just do the calculations. Like, so I got a little forced air propane heater, right? I got 2 little jugs of propane or whatever. Those little ones that you get at the gas station. Those are generally going to give me about 4.5, 5 hours a piece. So kind of like plan it out. Be like, okay, like when you're sleeping and you're under blankets and shit, really the point in heating your shit up. Just put more blankets on if you got them, right? There's no reason to be wasting your resources while you're sleeping. Not up and around the house and stuff. Just cover yourself up more. Another thing, worried about your animals, right? You got your animals. Bring your animals inside if you can. And you got outside animals like I do. I have chickens. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do if I run out of gas for my generator. I think they're just gonna die. I mean, I don't know if I have a choice in that matter. Because it's not like I can go out there and start a fire in their chicken coop, you know.
Well, it's better than Biden just killing a bunch of chickens for no reason. So, shit happens.
Yeah,
they are chickens.
They are chickens, but I think it's supposed to get down like 10 degrees here. They'll die if they don't have heat at 10 degrees. I mean, I don't think they're making it through that. That's going to be unfortunate. But coming to grips with that, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I'm going to have their heat lamp and everything because they got a heat lamp out there in their coop. I'm going to have it plugged in, and if the power goes out, I'm going to plug that into the generator. But if my generator goes down, and I don't know what to do.
Well, if you're country, you invite them into the house.
I ain't that country. I'm already going to have
I'm not either. I would be like, you know what? It's a chicken.
Yep. I don't even like the rooster, so he can die out there, and I really wouldn't care. Little fucker. But yeah, I'm already going to have cats in the dog kennels and the dogs with me, basically. And yeah, so bring your animals in if you can. Let's see, what else? It's going to be. See, some of them got it going north of me for the actual, like, freezing rain. But when it comes down to it, I'm still going to be getting rain, and then it's going to drop below freezing. Oh, they're giving people false hope here. Ugh. And everybody seems to have a different spot. Like, I've scrolled, and everybody has a different spot that it's supposed to hit. Like, I guess we can just always, just know that the weather people have no idea what they're talking about. Same.
Do they ever?
Nope. The most accurate one I've seen is Ryan Hall, y'all. He's on YouTube and on X, actually. Pretty good at it. But he actually explains it to you. Like the actual, like why it's going to be doing it, not who it's going to be doing it. But anyway, so let me see. I don't want to miss anything. So gas everything up. Get a carbon monoxide sensor. You need one of those anyways if you didn't already have one. But that's just.
Well, I think carbon monoxide is actually code on houses. There's usually one.
I don't have
right
one.
outside of living areas for houses built. I want to say after 1990, maybe 95.
Yeah, I didn't have one, and this house was remodeled right before I bought it. So, yeah. Yep.
Well, there's one smoke detector in your house that is different. However, the problem is carbon monoxide sits on the ground. And so what you really need is a ground level carbon monoxide sensor.
Yeah, like I said, that little $20 one at Home Depot, you can just, I normally just sit it in the room with whichever room I'm hanging out in, right? Just to know. And make sure your batteries are good if you already have one and it's battery powered. Or, you could always be like me and, what you got to say about this one, dog? I do have smoke detectors all throughout the house. I'm pretty sure none of them are actually different. I'm pretty sure they're all just smoke detectors. But
Well, let me go take a
actually-
picture of mine that's different.
they're actually hardwired into my electricity.
Mine are, and then you load them with a 10-year 9-volt battery. But let me see if I can get a good picture of one that's different.
Anywho, carbon monoxide sensor or alarm or whatever, right? Do not run a generator in the house. Like I said, if you need to get in your car for warmth, get it in an open air spot and bring the carbon monoxide alarm with you. Bring it with you. That way, you know, it can start going off and it can wake you up, because your car also does monoxide. Especially if you're in yeah, see, we're going, yeah. Especially if you're, I lost my train of thought there because I saw, why are there so many different models? This is annoying me. By the way, I am streaming on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and it's just me streaming. Because Jinx is like, oh no, I had to put on makeup. Away.
That is not what I said at all, but good
What you
try.
sounded like. That's what you sounded like. She implied it. She didn't say it. Right?
I implied nothing of the sort.
Lies.
I'm pretty sure I said I had to make dinner.
Yeah. Anywho. Okay, so I'm getting back into the later, or the older models, which the older models had me basically smack dab in the middle of this storm, and then things moved to where I'm at the edge of it now.
And something that can actually help is if you are somewhere and you're worried that you're going to be able to not get out of where you're at because of snow or ice, to be able to get moving, if you just take like some pieces of cardboard that you can shove under whatever, you know, wheels you drive with, whether it's front or rear, to help you get traction, get you moving, it works.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up cars, because I recommend you don't go anywhere. Just stay at home. But if you have to, there's a couple things you need for your car. Blankets. You need a roadside kit, you know, the one, it doesn't have to be the one with the flares, but I mean, maybe the one with the little flashy lights and the little orange triangles and stuff, because you're probably going to wreck. I'm saying. But yeah, get you some of those. You can get those little, they look like tinfoil. Those blankets, those are heat blankets, specifically meant for that kind of stuff. Yeah, the emergency blankets. They're like, they fold up into little pocket-sized things. But yeah, get some of those and just have some warm stuff in there, because there's a good chance you're going to wreck, and then you're going to be stranded, because no wrecker is going to be able to get out to you for a while. So you're kind of taking your life into your own hands there. That's why I wouldn't even leave my house unless it were a life and death matter, right? So.
Yeah, and no matter how much notice they have in the South for stuff like this, they're never prepared. I lived in Georgia for over a decade. The South is never prepared. They do not have the stuff to actually be able to properly deal with it and salt the roads and all that kind of stuff. It's just not going to happen.
Yep, we don't have snow plows. We don't have salt trucks, and it honestly doesn't happen often enough down here them to justify actually, you know, investing in that stuff. So we'll likely never have any of that.
That's because it doesn't make sense financially for them to have something for things that only happen every 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, I just think they should. What should really happen is you should just have a couple, like, because we already have like dump trucks and stuff, right? Just have attachments you can attach to these things to kind of double them up. The attachments wouldn't be that expensive, like comparatively, right? I know they got attachments that go on the front of pickup trucks that are snow plows, you know, and I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to make some type of road salting something.
Possible, yeah.
Politicians are stupid, though. I don't know what to tell you.
That's true.
Like, completely retarded. Oh, is anybody actually... AOC and Bob are over there having a ball. I had not even been paying attention. Bob is prepared. Yeah, Bob is prepared. He's got 41 days worth of generator power. Yeah, I'd say that's prepared. Bob is ready for the apocalypse.
I've got a generator in my garage that's almost 30 years old.
Mine's not that old. It's just, I mean, it's a portable generator because the damn standby generators are so damn expensive, man. They're like, what, like 8 to 10 grand for one of those?
Yeah. That's what my parents had one installed last year. And so they gave us their old generator that they bought in 1997.
Hey, it still works, right?
With some starter fluid, yeah.
Hell, I had to put starter fluid in mine just now. So I had it cranked for a while. I think I gave it like about 15 minutes of runtime. It was plenty. It was enough to make sure that it was good to go.
Yep, always got to be prepared. And honestly, people, if you have generators like that have to be like hand cranked and all that, you really should be running like once a quarter just to make sure they're still working.
Oh, and check your damn. Well, I mean, I run it every time before a storm, so like. But check your extension cords. That's a big one. You'll be catching your house on fire with your damn extension cords. You know.
Well, that's no fun.
Well, I mean, like, extension cords get damaged. Like, they're not, like, I mean, they get damaged all the time. Somebody steps on it or something.
They do.
And there's a rock under it, right? And it gets a hole in it. And then you don't see that, but the insulation's broken, and then it eventually wear away to where bare wire's going to touch something and catch. Or, like, let's say what I did, and this was my fault, I knew better, is I didn't have a good way to bring an extension cord in the house. So I just kind of like pinned it under the door. Luckily, I didn't catch anything on fire, but when I opened the door, I saw there was bare wire, and I was like, son of a bitch. It ripped the damn insulation off the extension cord. So, Gypsy.
So I put down in the comments a picture of my carbon monoxide / fire alarm smoke detector.
What's up, Gypsy?
Hey there. Where do you spray the starter fluid on a gas generator?
So you open up the you know where the little filter is for where the air gets sucked in.
I'll find it.
Okay, yeah. So you open that up, remove your filter. Do not spray it on the filter, and you just spray it up in a little hole, and then put the filter back and then crank it. It should.
So she said.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate that because I let mine run dry one time, and that's probably why I can't get it to restart. As starter fluid.
Yep. Always have a good can of
Thank
starter
you.
fluid. Definitely have a good can of starter fluid because you never know. 'Cause some engines don't like to crank just because it's cold. You know. But where were we at? A lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Wait until the last
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that people don't think about.
Yeah. Wait until the last minute to do it. horrible idea. There's also, so faucets. They're like
I call those faucet boobs.
faucet boobs. We'll call them faucet boobs.
We called them nipples. However, they're now bags. And so what I do, whenever I use the bag, whenever the seasons change, I go buy another one, just to make sure that when I lose the others using the faucets for lawn work, things like that, I know I've got an extra set.
So you're telling me that your faucet boobs are saggy?
Yep, that's what he said.
Well, it really does look like a glorified grocery bag, but they work.
Yeah.
It's not the foam nipple.
Yeah, so I mean, I have the little foam nipples, right? But the problem with those is they don't always work. I guess you would say.
So there's an alternative if you can't get faucet covers. You get like rag towels and you wrap them around.
Yeah.
And like zip tie them or duct tape them onto the faucet, and then either a plastic grocery bag or a Ziploc, and put that over there and secure that as tight as you can, and that'll do the trick for a makeshift one for at least a little bit.
It also is not a bad idea to do that underneath the little foam nipple thing, because mine last time froze.
The foam nipple problem for me is it will not seal all the way, even with the gasket that it's got on it. It doesn't like to seal around the grout of my brick. And it is what it is. I've replaced 2 of them. I know all about the faucets. The faucets themselves, if you get a good one, have some frost protection in them. However, the big deal is when the winds blow in a hurry, like a winter storm, it just overwhelms the whole thing. And boom, now you get to go deal with a busted water faucet.
Yep. Oh, here's the fun stuff. Oh, and you won't even know it's busted until it starts. Then all your water's going everywhere, right? Here's the next topic, because we've kind of we've hit on a lot. Make sure you got a heat source, a secondary heat source, generator if possible. If not, then do what you got to do, right? But get a carbon monoxide sensor, because any type of heat source is going to put out some level of carbon monoxide. The next thing you need to think about is if you lose power and you don't have gas, like my house doesn't have gas, it's all electric. I don't like. But if I lose power, I can't cook. Right? Well, I can, because I have a griddle outside that is propane powered. But in one of them little propane, the little camping fucking things that you put the skillet on top of, you can get them at Walmart. They don't cost that much, and they use a little bitty propane bottle. So just get one of those or something. You need a way to cook. You also need high protein foods, so like some type of meat or something, right? Because you're going to need that energy, first of all, because you're going to be dealing with all this shit. And obviously it fills you up, right?
That was one of the things I encountered during Winter Apocalypse. At the time, I had a gas range. I've since swapped it out for a induction range that will be compatible with my solar and my Tesla batteries and everything else. And I could not get it to hit the igniter. I guess it required electricity to send some signal to the igniter to turn the gas range on. And I had to use it would turn the gas on, and I had to use a lighter to get it to light. I could get it to light, but that's another trick. Sometimes you need electricity to get your gas stuff to work.
Yep, that is true. Luckily mine has a little igniter in the thing I have outside the cook. I got a little igniter in there that I just stick a AA battery in and then hit the button, and it does it, but also have like one of them little candle lighters with the long ends on it, so you can reach up in there and not actually burn yourself. That's also very good. But definitely have a way to cook, have food. Now, if you lose power, it's already going to be cold enough, right? It's going to be cold enough. You can get like, I don't know, an ice chest or something, or a box for that matter. A box is probably better, honestly. It's going to be cold enough to keep your stuff frozen outside. So just box, put your stuff in it, put it up high so animals can't get to it. Yeah. Don't let your stuff ruin in your fridge, because it will eventually ruin in your fridge. It'll frost.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, I think they said how long your refrigerator's good for, and I want to say it's 24 hours.
Yeah, something around that. But yeah, like I said last time, I was out of
Longer
power
if you
for a
don't
week
open
and a half. Another thing to be wary of is if you lose power, just like I did, and it's only you because it was only my pole, it didn't take out anybody down the line. You were literally last in line to get power back. Last in line. If they even remember you. I actually had to call the electric company again and be like, hey, are y'all ever coming my power back on? Yeah. Yep. Because everybody had power around me, but I didn't because my whole damn pole fell across my driveway. So they had to come out and put a new pole up.
You know, this is a first world country. Why do we have poles? Bury all the lines. Sorry, I digress.
Right?
That would be really great in Washington, because every time we have a big old windstorm come through, just decimates everything, because all of our power is above ground still.
You know, a lot of our stuff has been going underground lately. They've been burying a lot of the lines. Still have a lot of them. A lot.
Yeah, they keep saying they're going to bury him here, but they haven't. They've got other things to spend money on, like abortions and healthcare for illegals, and taxing us for nicotine products at 100%.
Bastards.
So this is one thing a lot of people don't think about. You lose power and you're not in a well-developed, I don't want to hear you. You lose power and so does your cell towers around you. You need to have a way to get information. To have a way to get information. Go get like a little emergency radio. Places around you. Little weather radios or whatever, so you can keep up with the weather and emergency stuff. Might not actually have cell signal. Be able to contact anybody, any of your loved ones that you want to be in contact with. They need to have some way, like if you want to be in contact with them, they sell those little way radios that have quite the range on them. They actually work pretty good. Bad idea to have a pair of those somewhere. Apparently they need to but yeah, oh yeah, if you do have like sleeping bags and stuff, get it. Also, if you lose power, got elderly neighbors, probably want to check on them. They might not be able to do everything for themselves. Take care of yourself first. But don't put yourself in a bad situation. I probably would. Don't do what I would do. I'd probably just bring my neighbor over to the house and be like, come on. Definitely make sure you got all your outdoor water stuff sealed. Make sure you got your faucets dripping. Faucets dripping or it's the do it. And then up like
Hey, Zip,
all
your
got
voice
their
is cutting in
time.
and out.
You're cutting in and out.
Your mom's cutting in.
No, you're cutting in and out. Jinxed is solid.
Oh, I don't believe it. I don't know how I'm cutting in and out.
See, you hear that? I'm awesome.
Anyways, you don't want to end up like dog smelling like a dog after not being able to shower for a week because he's waiting on his pipes to unfreeze.
No, I'm a bachelor. I really only shower when I want to or need to. It's the fact that I could not shower that was more irritating.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you've also got so how do I put this? I lost it. It'll come back. But just make sure you got a shit ton of extra blankets. You'll be all right. Extra blankets, canned foods, baby formula and diapers and stuff. If you have babies, don't forget to get that extra. Not extra. So basically, plan for. I don't know how long this thing's actually supposed to last with the cold weather. Do y'all know how long this shit's actually supposed to stick around?
2 days. Supposedly, Monday will be more or less on recovery. Tuesday, I would expect to be above freezing more than enough to clear anything anybody cares about. And then it's what's damage control. And that's the damage control is, are you out for a week? You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna check for my area specifically because I know Monday's supposed to be pretty rough for us. So I mean, you're
If you
obviously
can,
more
turn
west
your
of
water
me.
off. Because if you're like my area, which is a small town, they'll actually just turn the power off.
That's a horrible
And it
idea.
can, huh?
That's a horrible thing for them to do. That makes pipes bust because you need the flow.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
So I have an
I
electric
have to
water
fill up my
heater.
tub every time something like this happens.
Oh,
And
that's
then
what I
turn
was
my
gonna
water
say.
off.
Way to go. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you need to fill up your tub and just leave it in there. I mean, it's not the cleanest water, I guess. It depends on how dirty you are. But
Well, that's more of a run in the lines. If you fill up your tub, it's really only going to stay hot for, at the hottest out of the hot water heater here. You're probably going to get maybe 2 hours, maybe 3. But
Yeah, that's rough.
yeah,
You know
Oh,
what?
what's
The
up?
biggest thing when you guys are talking about water right now is the faucets and the tubs, the showers that you have. That the piping for it is on the outside of the homes. If it's
Yep.
if it's the outer walls of your homes that your bathroom is based out of for your sink or your toilet or your shower, those are the particular places that you want to have a drip. You want to just let that fucker drip through the whole goddamn day of the storm, and then this way the water's constantly moving in some facet. You know.
Yep. Definitely want to let them.
you got it. And it doesn't take much. I mean, a slow drip, you're not going to see it on your water bill or anything like that. Just a slow drip and you'll be good.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a constant stream. As long as it's water's coming through.
Let's face it, the last fucking 2 or 3 years, our utility bills have been fucking hitting us over the head anyway. These people are fucking crazy for these prices. You're not paying so much for the usage as you are for the actual hookup. You know, like you're paying the town's 75% of your bill. You know, so your water bill isn't really based too much like that. Like in New York, we had a problem where they were like, you can't use, everyday water twice a day this year because they were having a water problem. And the reality of it was, they were charging so much you'd rather let your fucking lawn die, but it was like, it's just fucking crazy. It's just to be hooked up though. It's not even about usage. It's just to be fucking hooked up is 75%. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm complaining. But yeah, when it comes to the storm, just be careful, get what you need. Make sure you have stuff for your kids, and like if you're thinking any type of burners or anything where the power goes out, obviously play it smart. Don't think your giant power bank is gonna heat a giant 35-watt fucking heater or something like that. Don't be retarded. It doesn't. I have the biggest power bank out of all of you. My shit ain't gonna do nothing.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, I'm talking about an actual power bank you could bring on a plane, not a fucking, giant cube of doom.
Solar array. I've
You
got
probably
a
have a fucking
massive
power
solar
wall.
array.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And
oh, that's crazy.
massive solar array, 2 Tesla batteries that can charge from grid. And yeah, I'm my own little power plant. I normally don't have an electric bill, so I really don't care at this point. Oh man, I got a $200 electric bill this month. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I brought up the forecast for my area specifically, and it looks like Saturday through Monday, it doesn't get up to above freezing. It doesn't get above freezing until Tuesday, and then Wednesday it goes back below freezing, and we get freezing rain again. And then Thursday, we're just partly cloudy below freezing, and then that Friday we get snow showers. So we're going to be frozen
I was
for
looking
like
at
a
your
week.
forecast, and it looks pretty rough.
Yeah, we're going to be frozen for like a week.
Where are you
Easy.
in the country?
Mississippi.
Yeah, you guys got weird bands. We got the weirdest bands across this whole country. I feel like the snow is going to hit below me, and I'm going to get ice storm of doom. I'm literally going to be like this tundra of like icy fucking craziness up north. And I'm surrounded by water. I'm so fucked. I'm on Long Island.
Oh,
I'm
man.
so fucked.
Yeah, you're going to get that lake effect crap.
Yep.
You're going to be looking like fucking Russia over there.
Dude, I hope not, man. You see that shit? 30 feet fucking walls, bro? I'm like, I'm a snowboarder and I'm all for skitching, but that shit is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, so everybody's talking about the weekend. I didn't even realize that we literally get a day break above freezing where the utility people can actually start trying to fix stuff. And then we go back to freezing with freezing rain. So that's
the utility trucks can get around. A lot of it's how bad it's the ground temperature. And since this is going to sweep in really quick, where I'm at, the ground temperature is not going to be that bad. So we don't have to get above freezing. We just need to not have 25 below, and we'll come back online.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the odds of this being like the 10-year storm that we get every 10 years? Like, honestly, because I'm up north, and in the last couple of them, we've gotten 23, 27 inches. Like, what are the odds that I don't get 16? I actually get like 25. Or like New York City gets smushed by 30 inches of snow. I don't know. It's definitely a possibility. Sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's happened. And it does shut New York down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every single 10 years,
trash
right
collection.
at this time.
People just throw it out on the streets, and chaos left and right.
Oh, it's absolutely, the city is insane. And thankfully I'm out in the burbs, but dude, once you get like over 2 feet of snow, the plows have a real hard time getting to you. We don't have like upstate plows. We have little guys in their fucking, whatever, Fords.
We don't even have plows.
It takes a little while. What's up?
We don't even have plows. Like none.
We have salt.
Yeah.
And sand.
We have sand. That's what they do. They just dump sand on the bridges, basically. Yep. But yeah, they're basically calling for us to be frozen for a week, essentially. And like I said, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so the utility trucks, they won't even attempt to come down my road until it's thawed. They just won't.
Well, it's a business.
Stock up, dude.
It's a business. They're going to go to the biggest customers first, and then they'll get around to you.
No, I actually have some big customers down the road from me, right? And plus I'm like right beside our water place, so they're like priority when it comes to bringing back power. And yeah.
Well, you actually bring up an excellent point. So, some people are on grid. And what on grid means is as long as the grid has power, you have power. And a lot of large businesses and water plants are definitely one of them. Hospitals, some schools, things of that nature. They're on a different priority, and it's above everybody else.
Yep, they will be the first ones back up. For good reason. It's just, I mean, you're just going to have to wait it out, basically.
Or never go down. So
Yeah,
the company that I refer to as Tatheon is on grid. Don't ask me how I know. But while we're sitting here cycling through on and off power outages, they're business as usual. If you can get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm just looking at all these models, and it looks like Colorado's already supposed to clearing the shelves. So honestly, I mean, a lot of these shelves are going to be cleared, but I mean, really, you can get away with like rice, butter, and some meat. Be fine, unless you're a vegan, then sucks for you.
Oh, I stocked up. I'm going to try country fried ribs. So while I'm locked in my house, I've never really done country fried ribs before. And I'm in Texas, and we'll fry a Snickers bar. So I'm going to do that.
Yep, it's easy. But yeah, from everything I see, I mean, I'm still getting hit. It's just how bad am I going to get hit kind of thing, right? Much it. But it's still happening, Captain.
Absolutely, 10-4.
Yep. But
hopefully it's not as bad as it looks like it's going to be. Because I mean, we've been told that you're going to get 12 inches of snow, and then we got nothing. So as it gets closer, it'll get more accurate.
Well, it's pretty damn close. You know, it starts tomorrow. And yeah, I've got 100% chance.
I'm getting
hopefully it won't be as bad as we think.
Anytime ice accumulates like that, we get, because like I said earlier, the pine trees, and I have a bunch of pine trees in my fucking yard, but the pine trees, their limbs get stupid brittle and they just start falling out the trees. Like big ass limbs. I had limbs smacking my house last time, which is a good thing because
that's what I'm afraid of.
At that point I moved my car right where that power pole hit. I moved my car from that spot because I was like, I need to get my car like under something, and then I moved my truck out into the yard along with my wife's car out into the yard. And luckily I did that, or I would have had a nice little freaking power pole straight through my damn car. It landed right where my car was parked.
That's horrendous.
Yep. But I'm talking about, I didn't get in the door for maybe a minute after moving the car, and I was white smoking them damn tires to melt the snow and ice. And I finally got it in and got the other vehicles out and walked in the door, didn't even get sat down, and we lost power, and all I hear is boom. And I walk outside and I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, at that point in time, we decided we were, I took my wife and my son at the time. He was really young. He was like right at a year. So I took them uptown, then I came back out and I sat with the animals, basically. I made sure the animals were good and froze my ass off and ran out all kinds of shit. wonderful. I did power up my internet for a little bit and play some video games.
Well, that was interesting during Winter Apocalypse. I had AT&T fiber at the time, as well as AT&T cell service. I also, because of a work from home situation where I couldn't figure out if AT&T or my cable provider were going to get me into work at any given day, I was able to do Wi-Fi calling over my Spectrum internet, even though AT&T was completely down.
Yeah. That is a good thing about me is I bought Starlink and I used Starlink for the longest time, and then it was like in and out, and I work from home too sometimes, most of the time actually. But I had to get rid of Starlink because it kept dropping me out of the VPN, and then I'd have to re-VPN in, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. So I'm on AT&T fiber now, but I still have all my Starlink stuff, and I pay the $5 a month to, if I need it, I can just pop it back up. So if I lose internet, I can at least pop my Starlink back up. So hopefully.
Well, the problem with Starlink is if there's too many people trying to use it in a very small area, it overloads it. Don't ask me how I know.
Yeah. Well, there's not that many people that use it in this area, or there weren't when it was like a year ago, not even a year ago, like 6 months. No, it really wasn't that long ago that I stopped the Starlink service. But like I said, I pay that $5 a month to like keep my spot, basically. So I can just turn it back on anytime I want to. I just have to pay it. That's it. If it comes down to it, I'll be able to do it. And Starlink has the nice little melting feature, so ice won't accumulate on it. So. Fun. But yeah, anybody got anything I missed? I'm trying to think of everything, and obviously you're not going to be able to think of everything, but I mean, honest, the list we gave out throughout this, and if y'all didn't hear everything, I streamed it on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and X, and this space is actually recorded. The stuff we went through is a lot of stuff that people do not think about, and it's a lot of stuff that bit me in the ass last time. So yeah, I ain't gonna let it do that to me this time. Happening, Captain.
Yeah, I'm almost kind of like a 2A advocate here. Please attack my house. Please do it, because I guarantee you're not going to like the outcome.
What does that have to do? Where'd that come from?
Well, so you get attacked by a winter storm.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, here's what I did right, here's what I did wrong. And then you put all your corrections in place. And that's what we're talking about here. And so it's kind of like, okay, guns, bring it. I either have the defenses or I don't. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah. Oh, look, the National Weather Service put out a nice little thing. So on Friday, wintry mix starts late afternoon, evening. And then on Saturday, sleet and ice all day. Then on Sunday, I get a wintry mix again. Or no, that's when the wintry mix is ending. Monday, it's bitter cold with lingering sleet and ice. Tuesday, it's bitter cold, lingering sleet and ice. Wednesday, it's bitter cold, lingering sleet and ice. So, like I said, with that, I know if I lose power early on, I got to be here for a week before any, utility vehicles come out. That is saying the problem's actually out down where I am, right? It could be something like in a more developed area where they might just fix it, but 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. But yeah, you
Good
got to
thing
watch out.
is you've got a new power pole, so the idea that it's going to snap again is probably slim to none.
Oh yeah, that thing's solid now. The other one, I don't know how long it had been there. It looked kind of sketchy. But yeah, don't go anywhere in your vehicle if you don't have to. But if you do have a roadside kit, have some heat blankets at least, or just some regular blankets from your house. Wrap your outside faucets with something, the little foam nipples, or said just duct tape some rags around it. Basically, you can also double up with that because sometimes the foam nipples don't actually seal all the way, like Dog said, and you can actually double up with the wrapping. That's actually what I have right now. Is I have it wrapped with some insulation. It's actual like kind of insulation. I have it wrapped with insulation, then I have the foam nipple on top because last time my outside faucets froze, even though they had the foam nipples on them. Let's see, gas up your gas cans, gas up your cars, get a carbon monoxide sensor or alarm, whatever you want to call it. Propane, have an extra way to cook in case you lose power and your only ability to cook is, electric. You need to at least go get one of the little campfire things to heat up some food or something. Or, don't use it for heat unless you have to, because you really need that to, or you can just get some canned stuff and not actually cook and just eat refried beans or something out of a can. You can always do that. Be a very gassy situation.
I actually keep 2 packages of hot dogs in my deep freeze, and I just cycle them out whenever I want hot dogs. I go buy a package of hot dogs. I throw them in the deep freeze, and I pull one out.
Yeah. Oh, another thing, if you have perishables like in your refrigerator and you lose power, just go, like Home Depot sells boxes to move stuff. Just go get one of those, just a little cardboard box, and you can put all your stuff in there and then just put it outside, but high enough that no animals are going to get to it. Right? A good enough spot that no animals will get to it. But it's going to be cold enough outside to keep your stuff frozen. You can leave it in there for a long time, but you leave it in there too long, and then the humidity and it just doesn't work out. Your food's ruined, basically. That's why it's a good idea to not have food that's not, doesn't need to be refrigerated, like rice.
Well, and hot dogs are fully cooked, so as long as the package is not broken, they're still good.
Dog loves hot dogs.
I'm a dog.
I know. Yeah. 19. See, earlier on, we had some seriously bad predictions. What the fuck is this? Environment and Climate Change Canada. What is this little... I don't know. Yeah, I know y'all can't see it unless you're on the stream, but what the fuck is it? It looks like a little penis. Right there. Pushing into Louisiana. That's what it looks like. Almost like, it's like, oh, it's going to hit everything but this little bitty circle right here. But the whole storm's all around it. It's not going to hit that little circle. Climate Change Canada. I'm just saying. They're probably retarded. Yep, because any other one I look at, yeah, it's absolutely going over that little circle. They did shift north on a lot of these models, though. But honestly, I don't think they know. Yeah. I really don't think they know. But I would not travel. I would not travel at all. Because, first of all, most people in the South don't know how to drive in ice and snow. Travel. Fuck that. Happening. Because you got a bunch of tards out there driving. See, I've got the benefit of I have an old work truck with a winch on it. And I do know how to drive in ice and snow because I lived in freaking Washington State for a couple of years. I know how to drive in it. People down here do not know how to drive in it.
Oh, I don't. And I have a sports car with the express intent of being able to do a $120 and not get caught. So yeah, my butt's parked, my car's in the garage, and I'm not going anywhere until all of this blows over. And I'm not just talking about the storm itself, probably several days after for all the aftermath.
I want to play this Ryan Hall audio, but I know as soon as I do, he'll copyright strike me.
Yeah, we don't need a copyright strike.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be considered fair use, but we'd have to. Whatever, because we'd be talking about it. So yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff that's like. Oh, and if you want good impressions, this is giving good impressions right now, by the way. Storm and prepping. We're actually aware of it. I actually didn't even first see this on X. Like, my parents told me. And I was like, what's storm? Then I saw it. I was like, oh shit. But yeah.
That's what happens when old people's knees start feeling weird.
But stay warm. That's the main thing. The cold's gonna kill. So stay warm. I can't see it because it's a crazy Polak. What's that?
Rafael. Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
One thing, like if anybody has to drive in this weather, just forget that you have a brake pedal in your car. That's the most important thing. I know something about it because, well, I am an American. I live in North Carolina, but I used to live upstate New York. And before that, I live in Canada, in Quebec. I know something about cold weather and all that stuff. Don't you think there's a little bit exaggerated with all that winter storm? Like, honestly, when I listen to it, you have to be prepared for some things. When I used to live over there, originally I'm from Poland, so like, if you wonder where my accent is from, yes, I'm one of them crazy Polacks. But I spent 15 years in Canada, and if you have if you have to drive in weather like this, if you have to wear in critical conditions, make sure one thing that you have like the snow pants in your car, hard alcohol. It doesn't matter if it's brandy or whatever, hard alcohol. You're not gonna drink it at all. You're just gonna sip it if you need to, and the most important thing, have the chocolate in your car. We were taught about it for years and years and years. Why do I say that? Like, if any one of you got the flat tire and had to change it with -40, then we can talk about it. I have. And -40 Fahrenheit equals -40 Celsius. That's the one moment when Celsius and Fahrenheit equals. I think it's exaggerated. There is some business. You have to be careful, but honestly, keep lots of like non-perishable foods, cans. You don't have to heat it. You can, like, if it goes to that moment when really you lose your power and stuff like that, have these few cans and that's it. But it's gonna be for like couple of days, maybe one day, maybe it's not gonna happen at all. But the most important thing for the weather channels and whatever, they're gonna have to keep us scared for some reason. Well, they know for what reason. uh, People who are scared are the best to rule. No, that's that's
Well, yeah.
that's all
So
I want to say.
I know it's not a big deal to people that are used to it or areas that are used to it. It's not, because up in Seattle, like when I lived up there in Washington State, like they didn't give a damn if it was snowing. Down in the South, the only problem is there's no infrastructure to deal with it. There's no trucks to salt the roads. There's no snow plows. They don't exist down here. A lot of the infrastructure, like the power lines and stuff, they're not meant for the cold. Like last time, I think Texas' biggest problem was their damn windmills, because none of them were winterized for that low of
No,
temperature, so
that
they
was
all
not our
froze
biggest
up,
problem.
right? Well, I mean, that
We
was
were
a problem.
mismanaged by international energy bodies that were basically empty suits and taking paychecks. And we had several power plants that were offline for maintenance, that, you know, you could have done that in the spring, you could have done it in the fall, but instead you did it in the winter. We also had things like natural gas lines freezing up, which in Texas is almost unforgivable because we know how to do that. You have to inject the lines. And we fired all of them, and we were going to try to arrest them, and then we figured out that they were international. Now, Raphael, just as a fun fact here, I actually worked for a company called Raytheon, and worked a program for your Patriot missiles. I do not think you're a crazy Polak. Poland is actually one of our best allies.
I know. Yes, I know.
Uh-oh. I think my computer just froze. There it goes. It's back.
Keep continue. Keep continue. Yes, we're one of your best allies. But the thing I wanted to say, it's like you have to learn. It's not for today. It's not for the snowmageddon, wintergeddon, whatever. Yeah, we can talk about it, because when I was kid back in Poland, we had during the winter time we had hot water twice a week, and we had heating up our apartments 3 times a week. Yes, I know, and you had to learn how to deal with it. The thing is, the I don't know how to express it. Do you know that sometimes all these predictions, what's gonna happen, how bad it's gonna be, it's only to keep you scared. Prepare yourself.
So that's not going on here. That's what got us caught the first time.
Yep.
Is a lot of us don't believe the mainstream media, and so when they said, "Oh, you're going to get hit with this bad storm," I didn't even go to a store. I was like, "Screw this," and then it hit, and we were pretty much upside down for about a week and a half. Which, you know, in America, upside down for a week and a half, you know, probably is a little bit soft, but that's this country. I mean, this is the economy that we have. This is the people that we have.
I know. Hey, I am an American.
What you're used to.
I am an American. I became an American. Actually, I'm here since 2004, and I became an American in 2014. Yes, I know, but still, there is not a big problem. It's not something to be scared of. You just have to be prepared. What I talk to the people, like, if they have to drive in that weather, I say, forget that you have brake pedal in your car. That's the worst thing. You have to learn that.
that's a great point that we have not brought up, is that you can downshift in gears in your car
Don't
and
even have to
not
do
use
that
your
most of the
brake
time.
and not spin out. And that's an excellent point.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't use your brake because it's going to break the little bit of traction you got. So, yeah. Yep. And then that's when you start spinning and off into a ditch. But I guess we're not trying to scare people. We're just trying to.
It's like, if you have 4x4, don't believe that's gonna take you anywhere, because 4x4s are the first one that go into the ditch.
Yep, because they all think they can do it, and they can't any better than
Yeah, they're invincible. Yeah.
Yep.
The other issue with 4x4s is they're not really intended for this. The weight that provides that, center differentials, things of that nature, is up high. And so the second you lose your traction at the bottom, at the tire, now you've got all that weight that's up high and uncontrolled, and boom, you spin out.
But yeah, I guess
one last thing, last thing, if I can. Talking about tires, normally the pressure in your tire is supposed to be between 33 and 35 psi. In the winter time, like I'm in North Carolina, there is no winter tires over here. It's all season stuff like that. I'd say, like, get your tire. If you have gauge to see the pressure in your tire, don't keep it 33. Go to 28. It's gonna get like it's gonna get flattened, but that's what makes it winter tire. Then it's gonna roll over any of these crazy conditions, and you're gonna just roll over. You're not gonna spin, you're not gonna turn around. Just lower the pressure of your tire during the winter time. It's gonna eat up your tire. Yes, it will a little bit, but I'm sorry. It just I'm telling you what I remember from the times, like, living up north. That's it.
No, I
Thank you.
appreciate that advice. Aircraft actually do that if they have to land in inclement conditions. They lower the air pressure in the tires. Great advice.
That's another way to get through sand dunes, by the way. But yeah, we're very good points there. We're actually not trying to scare anybody. We're just trying to tell you this is what you need to be prepared. Like, you got to be prepared. If you're not prepared, then don't be scared, be prepared, I guess. But yeah, if you're not prepared, you're going to get potentially stuck in some bad situations.
So one of the points he brought up is if you have to go somewhere, and I've been in that situation before, more for tornadoes. I was on the hook to provide my parents dinner with a girlfriend. We were cooking here, and we were going to bring it over to them. And basically, if we could not get there, they weren't getting dinner. And I was like, all right, the sirens are all going off. We can all hear it. And I'm getting in my car and I'm going, and we did, and we got there. So if you don't think it can't happen, and that's a minor thing, there's other serious situations that could put you on the road where, my God, I have to go do something. And that's what you can do. Lower the air pressure in your tires.
So you've got blankets.
Be very careful. And do what you got to do.
Make sure you got blankets and apparently some hard liquor. Yeah. I'm assuming that's to thin the blood so it's not as painful when it's cold.
Not apparently. You have to have it, but you can't drink it. You can sip it every once in a while.
Yeah.
But have like the chocolate that has 70% cocoa. That's the other thing. It's not like I know you might say, like, oh, you're a Polak, so you're gonna be drinking that. No. If you have that alcohol and you're gonna sip it, if you're really in extreme weather conditions and you're stuck in the highway and you don't know when you're gonna move over there, once
the
every hour.
metabolism.
You just have a sip of it. That's it.
Yeah.
Runs the metabolism. However, here that'll get you arrested.
Well, not a sip, but I mean, I guess doing it while you're driving will. But I don't think anybody's going to be.
You're going to have the car on.
Yeah. I don't think any cops are going to be out arresting people for DUIs. Because, I mean, how would they be able to tell? Ain't nobody going to be driving worth a damn.
No, yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, nobody cares. Gotcha.
But, yeah, so, I don't know. I think we covered most of everything. I hope it's not like last time, because a bunch of people died in Texas last time. No reason. It could have been.
I don't think it's going to be. I was watching Greg Abbott talk and saying everything that they were doing to be prepared. And this storm is different than the one that hit, that shut the state down. And largely it's because it doesn't cover the entire state. It does cover a lot of it.
I'm about to say it goes all the way to freaking El Paso.
Well, no, but the biggest problem is south. It's Houston, that area. About the time you knock them out for whatever reason, the whole state suffers.
And I have been seeing rumors. I don't know if these are confirmed yet or not, but Ted Cruz is going to air on a plane again.
I don't like Ted Cruz. Let's not talk. Well, you can, but I'm going to shut up.
No, I was just saying, like, there was a picture. He was on the plane going to, like, somewhere very warm as the winter storm coming through again. Yeah. I don't know where it went. It was in here.
Our senators are trash. Cornyn sucks. Cruz sucks. I've said this in other spaces. I'm not voting. I just don't know who to vote for, and it's not them.
Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty garbage. All right. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I think this was a very informative space / live stream, because we are live streaming. Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and on my X account. But yeah.
Hey, thanks, Sippy, for putting this on. Woof.
Yeah. Y'all can go back and...
Woof.
Yeah, thank you.
And in my bio and Jinx's bio is our website. You can go to it. You can go to any of the there's links to all our socials, so our Rumble and everything. So if you need to go back and re-listen to something and you didn't catch it the first time, but you knew it was there, it's going to be there, so you can run it back.
Just make sure you cover maybe part of the screen so you don't have to look at Sippy.
Yeah. You'll have to look at me. But yeah, so yeah, run it back, and y'all be safe.
Yep. Stay warm, everybody.
Yeah, y'all stay warm.